What is up, guys? It is Game Storms here, bringing you some Battleborn gameplay. Now today I'm going to be doing a beginner's guide into the Incursion game mode on Battleborn. The main focus for this is going to be what you're supposed to be doing in Incursion, the main steps of moving forward and pushing into the enemy base, because I notice a lot of people just focus on attacking enemy players, and that isn't what Incursion is about. It is about minion pushing. It is about map control. So, to start this guide off, we are going to be starting off with the first thing you need to be focusing on when you start your Incursion match. You need to be focusing on destroying minion waves. You want to destroy minion waves early on in the game, no matter what character you are, except for maybe if you're like Miko or some type of support where you're going to be just making sure your teammates don't die or lose any health or whatnot. But your main focus is supposed to be destroying the minion wave. Now, doing minion waves is going to level you up, of course. The faster you level up, the better. Of course, killing an enemy player, of course, is going to give you more XP than killing bots. But if your team is working together to eliminate a bot wave, you will be able to destroy a bot wave fast. Hopefully the enemy team is either not focusing on the bot wave or just isn't able to destroy the bot wave as fast as you did, leaving you an opening to attack the enemy team. Because if they have to focus on destroying minions while you already destroyed theirs, that leaves you an opening to blindside them, gank them, get multiple people on a certain target or whatnot to eliminate enemy players, allowing you to push farther in. Now, I recommend when you destroy an enemy minion wave that you do start defending your minion wave doing this, and hopefully can stop the enemy team from focusing your minions and have to focus on you instead, letting your minions push forward. Because if you guys don't know, minions will do the most damage to the boss, or at least they will bring down the boss's shield the fastest. Second thing to focus on is getting your shards and using them to buy turrets. Now, you may want to do your loadouts, but I recommend that you at least focus on making sure that the center turret is your turret. Even if you want to get your loadout, just focus on keeping that turret up. Sure, it may take you a little longer to get your loadout going, but if you follow my next step, it shouldn't really matter, because you should be able to keep your turret up and make sure you get your loadout going. Now, turrets, of course, are going to allow you to destroy the minion wave faster. Well, the center turret, at least, is going to allow you to destroy the minion wave faster. It's also going to give the enemy team another target to attack, which hopefully by then you can have the minion wave destroyed. They're focusing on either the minions or focusing on destroying that turret, which then you can, of course, attack the enemy team again, making sure your push is strong and keeping your push going, making sure that the enemy team always has something they need to focus on or worry about. So the turret is, of course, a second choice of attack and defense in this case. Now, the third thing you need to focus on, this is what I was saying with the turrets and the shards. The third thing you need to focus on is controlling the giant shard crystals. If your team can control that, when they spawn, make sure that one or two people can go and get those as fast as they can, so that the enemy team is not getting any shard counts going on, leaving them to not be able to get their loadouts or build turret defenses fast enough. And your team having control of the shards is going to, of course, let you get your loadout fast. Make sure that you always have turrets up, can keep the push going, can have a strong defense going. So this is the third part I think is recommended to do this. Fourth, there's going to be Thralls popping up. I think at the 2-minute mark, I think the Thralls spawn, and those will help do pushes. I recommend getting those Thralls when your team has a push going. Get that Thrall, it'll give that push a little more oomph, Or if the enemy's push is a little too strong against you, throw that out there. Hopefully it can push back the enemy wave a bit so you can get back to the center of the map. Now I do recommend, after you get your spawn thrall, to then have the 600 shards to summon the big bot. That is going to either do a strong defense push back or a heavier push into the enemy base. Especially against the boss, that bot is going to be very helpful. Now the center thralls, they take a bit longer to get just because they have the shield and stuff. I recommend getting these when your push is extremely strong, like when the enemy team has to be just focusing on destroying the minions because their boss is getting damaged or the shield is just getting dropped. I recommend that's when you get these thralls. Get 2 people over there, eliminate them, summon them, and get that push into the base to eliminate the enemy boss at its finest. And of course, focusing on when you get your minions into the base to destroy the bosses, that you, of course, fan out, get rid of any enemy turrets in the area, because those will destroy the minion waves faster. Focus on still destroying. I recommend focusing on still destroying the enemy minions. Even when your minions are pushing and the boss's shield is down, certain characters that are faster at destroying minion waves should still be focusing on destroying the minion waves that are coming, that are going to attack your minions while your minions are attacking the boss. So I recommend you do that. Like what I'm talking about when it comes to people who are strong at eliminating minion waves, Oscar, Mike, Arendi, Thorn, people that have area of effects that can affect the whole group and just obliterate them right away. And the final thing we need to worry about is destroying the enemy players. Now, I already mentioned several times at points in your push and stuff to start attacking enemy players, but enemy players aren't that important. They aren't really that important. They, of course, give you a lot of XP, but what you want to do is focusing on killing enemy players last, because you want your minions to push forward. You want to keep the push going constantly. You want to keep the enemy team under pressure that they can't even come attack you, because if they come attack you, your push is so strong that you don't even have to focus on your push, that you could just gank the team player that pushed you or whatever. Now, of course, as most of you know, when it comes to Incursion, the later on in the game, the longer it takes to respawn. So the later on, as the game gets longer and longer and longer, the need to kill enemy players becomes greater, because not only is the enemy players getting stronger, meaning they'll be able to eliminate minion waves faster, but killing them will also have a longer timer, so allowing for you to get your minions to push forward, hopefully get a thrall, but I find it hard to actually get the thralls in time when it comes to killing opponents, because it does seem like when you have a strong push going, the enemy team does respawn faster than when you would respawn. But anyway, guys, I hope this helps you out when it comes to Incursion. I hope I see a lot more people going by this, because I come into a lot of people who just ignore bots, and then it becomes very hard for me to actually focus on anything but the bots, because I'm trying to keep the bots strong. I'm pretty sure the highest count I've had at the end of a match for bot killing we won the match. I had 126 minions killed. I think that was the highest I had, and I think we made that. No, we didn't make the enemy team surrender, but we did destroy both bosses, and I had 126 minions. So doing this as a team, because this is a team game, not a just run and gun game. But anyway, guys, if you thought this was a helpful video, please give it a like rating and send it around so people can start playing this game how it needs to be played. And don't forget to subscribe. Peace.